that matters is that it's just you and me and nobody.
Xbox.
Is that you?
What are you doing here?
I always come to work at 3 a.m. What are you doing here?
I forgot my,
And why is the patty vault open? And why do you look so hungry? And... You like...
PlayStation exclusives.
Don't you...
Xbox.
Yes! Yes! I admit it!
PlayStation.
I love...
PlayStation exclusives.
Xbox admits that PlayStation exclusives are better quality. I want to hear an initial word from you, Freeman. Yay or nay?
Yes.
Okay. So, in its last written response sent to the UK's Competition and Markets Authority, CMA Group, I don't even know what that is. Microsoft uses a lot of data to show that its buying of publisher Activision-Blizzard. What is beleaguered? Microsoft is buying Activision-Blizzard. We all know this has been going on, but Sony and Nintendo obviously don't want that. I think Sony most of all doesn't want that because of things. So, in fact, at its bizarre frenzy of self-negging continues, it suggests that the deal will actually help the publisher compete with those other game companies. As part of the argument, Microsoft admitted that PlayStation has the better exclusives, giving a ton of annoying console fanboys more ammo in their never-ending war to show how much they love their favorite plastic box. If you didn't know, the person who wrote this article is a PC master race. Okay.
They really are.
They are. So, as Microsoft continues its determined attempts to consume Activision Blizzard via its massive $70 billion acquisition to buy Activision Blizzard. That's more than our boy Elon paid for Twitter. So it keeps running into pesky government and regulators who seem to think maybe, just maybe, one of the biggest tech companies on the planet shouldn't be allowed to buy up one of the biggest video game publishers in history. They would own World of Warcraft. Anyways, as a result of this pushback, Microsoft and Xbox have spent most of this year dancing from courtroom to hearing to regulatory committee, trying to paint the picture that Xbox is a small brand with barely any sales. Good luck on that one. And no real power compared to Nintendo and Sony. But that's the play. That's got to be the play. Is that they've got to say that they're not even as big as them, so they need more. So in an attempt at this came newly released document from UK CMA, Microsoft argues that Sony and Nintendo both, I didn't know it was both actually. I missed that part the first time I read this, that Sony and Nintendo have better quality exclusives that outsell its own first party games.
You're not wrong.
They may not be wrong. Obviously, if Microsoft takes over from Activision Blizzard, they were to have the Call of Duty. There's a suggestion that they would have Call of Duty an Xbox exclusive franchise, which it wouldn't matter anyways because Sony and Nintendo just have better selling and higher quality exclusives. So I don't know why Call of Duty would even be an argument, but obviously it's said 5 times that Xbox says that Nintendo and Nintendo and Sony are better in their exclusives. So like Xbox says the exclusivity deals are not uncommon in video games and that Sony has its own great exclusive games like The Last of Us and God of War. So Freeman, with all that, what do you think?
I think Microsoft has an argument to be made because in recent history, they have not had a system seller. Like you have PlayStation out here, literally God of War Ragnarok is smashing records left and right. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, while as broken and buggy as they are one of the fastest selling Pokemon games in the series. So like that to be said, Halo Infinite didn't sell a lot of copies. Neither did any of the other first party. Like Forza doesn't sell a bunch of copies. Like, let's be honest here. They don't really have first party games in the same vein that Sony and Nintendo have. So I think it's a stretch to say like these regulators are trying to say, well, Microsoft's going to become a monopoly because they're gobbling up all these developers and publishers. But in reality, Microsoft has been very transparent in that, look, they cannot just buy these companies and only put the games out on Xbox. They wouldn't make enough money to make it worth their effort. They know the long play is to keep games like Call of Duty and World of Warcraft and all that on the current systems that they are on, or more. Like, look at Minecraft, for example. People were so afraid when they bought Minecraft like 5 or 6 years ago that it was going to become like an Xbox exclusive thing and there was going to be a Minecraft 2. That didn't happen. In fact, Minecraft has come out on more devices since then. Like, it came out on Nintendo Switch. It's on literally everything now. Like, you play Minecraft on your refrigerator.
Yeah, I don't think Microsoft's play is to like go grab these game developers and make them Xbox exclusives. I don't think that's even in their thought process. I think their thought,
they know they wouldn't make money.
Yeah, that would be stupid to do. That would just kill games. I think their thought is that, look, Activision-Blizzard has great franchises: World of Warcraft, Diablo, Call of Duty, all these different like games that have really high amounts of players every year, especially on drops and expansions. And so their thought process is, we can acquire them and own studios that have great games and high amounts of gameplay traffic, rather than trying to keep on making exclusives for the Xbox, because we can't compete with the quality of games that Sony and Nintendo can make because they're good at it. Xbox has proven that they're not that good at it. And so they would rather acquire studios that make great games to be under Microsoft's name, rather than to have to try to make their own exclusives and compete with Sony and Nintendo.
Right. So, I mean, honestly, as someone who has all three like systems and has been in all three, I'll definitely say Sony and Nintendo have stronger exclusives. And I'm an Xbox fanboy. I enjoy Xbox as a service more than I enjoy PlayStation or Nintendo. In fact, I think Microsoft has the model of going to Game Pass type structure. They have very much been at the forefront of trying to push cross-play for games, which I think is good. I honestly hate it when we have console exclusive things, because it means less people can play the game. And even if they do make, games these days, it's not always guaranteed to have cross-play, which Sony was a big stickler for a while about what games were crossplay and what were not, because they wanted to protect PlayStation Network, which sucks. PSN sucks. It does suck.
Xbox has owned that online network, gaming network, since 360.
But with that, let us know in the comments below: are PlayStation exclusives better than Xbox? Do you have a favorite game that happens to not be a PlayStation exclusive or Nintendo exclusive? Let us know. And with that, I've been Freeman. That guy over there's Colt. We're Dude-tacular. We make videos. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, click that subscribe button down below, and we'll see you in the next one.
Deuces.